It has been a little bit since I have done a standard knitting podcast, but today that is exactly what I am bringing to you. I have a lot of FOs, a few whips to talk about, and future projects, so we are going to just jump right to it. Hello, my knitting friends. Welcome back. My name is Christie of Christie Archer Designs, and this is my knitting podcast. It has been a bit since I have done a standard knitting podcast episode, and I am so excited to be sharing with you all the things that I have been working on. I have done a few other different types of videos, so I will link to those at the end of this video in case you missed them. Check those out. And other than that, we are going to just jump right to it, and I think I'm going to just do this kind of in the order in which I have finished them. So we are going to start with finished objects, and we're going to start with what I am wearing. Today I am wearing the R&R vest tank. It is one of my designs, and this particular one I knit out of Quince & Co.'s Willet in the color black. I'm pretty sure it was black. This is a great year-round pattern because during the summertime you can wear it as a tank top, and then in the cooler months you can wear it as a vest, and it looks great both ways. So if you are interested, check that out. Everything will be linked below. Okay, the first finished object I am going to talk about was actually a hoe last time, and that is my Basgaith Socks. And I just realized the project that I finished last night is outside, or actually this morning I finished it. It's outside drying, so I will have to go get that. But this is the Basgaith sock pattern, which is a pattern by me, and it is part of my Fourth Wing inspired sock collection. And all of the patterns are cuffed down, and they all have a boomerang heel construction, which is a type of short row construction, but it does not fit like a standard short row heel. It fits so much better, and the bonus of there being 0 holes to go fiddle with, or 0 stitches to fiddle with or anything. You just knit, and when you're done doing your Kitchener, you weave in your 2 ends and you are done. I did this particular pair of socks out of Picks Capretta, and this is an MCN that I absolutely love. It is very fluffy. It is not as thin as a standard sock yarn. I do believe, which is kind of funny, because it's sold in 50-gram balls, and if I'm not mistaken, each ball is 230 yards. So it's 460 yards, which is more than the standard sock yarn, but it is definitely fluffier. It goes a lot further. So that is my first finished object. I am so glad to have these done and add them to my sock collection. Oh, and I did the stitch count 60, and my leg is 64 rounds, and I believe my foot is either 60 or 64 rounds. Oh, it may be 60 and 60 on that. I can't remember. But anyway, it comes in a couple of different sizes, and I did the 60 stitch. All right, next up, I do not have this project with me. It was a gift, and it was a pair of vanilla socks, shorties, that I made for my mother-in-law, and I will pop a picture up of those. I used Knit Picks Hawthorne. It was a kettle dye, and I cannot remember the colorway name, but it was the gray. And they turned out great. I believe I did a 72 stitch count for her, and I may have used a US 2. I may have used a 2.5 millimeter for hers. Normally on all of my socks I use a 2.25, but that yarn is a little bit heavier, and so I may have used a 2.5 millimeter on hers. So just a plain vanilla sock, cuff down, no big deal. Okay, next up I finished my mother's Chestnut Grove cardigan, and if you watched what video was it? I can't remember. I may have chatted about this. Oh, I know what it was. It was my Frogger finish video that I did a few weeks ago. And I did finish this. I was so happy to finally finish it. That said, I was not able to attach the buttons. I have the buttons, but after I finished it, I put the scrap yarn away and could not find it anywhere. So I found it day before yesterday, and I am going to be sewing the buttons on today. And this is the Chestnut Grove cardigan, the original. I also have it in a V-neck, but this is the original crew neck version. And she wanted it oversized, so I went up a few sizes, and she wanted it a little bit longer. I was afraid I wasn't going to have enough yarn, but I did, yay! So I made it longer for her, and yep, just have the buttons, button placements marked, and need to get those on and shipped out to her, blocked and then shipped out to her. And I am super excited to have this done. Took me a lot longer than it should have because I put it in timeout thinking I was going to run out of yarn. So anyway, this is done out of Knit Picks Heatherly yarn in the colorway Recess, and to me this is a fantastic yarn for gift knitting, because it does have a little bit of wool in it, but it's not such that you have to worry about it getting ruined in the washing machine. I mean, I won't recommend washing it in the washing machine, but it is mostly acrylic. So I think this will hold up really well for her and still be warm. She likes to wear these when she goes in restaurants to eat, which she does often. And so this will be a great little restaurant cardigan for her and around the house or whatever, but mostly she will wear it. She'll keep it in her car, I'm sure, and that will be her restaurant cardigan. So Chestnut Grove, I'm saying Chestnut Grove. I apologize. This is the Sticks and Stones, as you will have already seen by me putting up the photo of it, title page. This is the Sticks and Stones crew neck, and I do have it in a V-neck as well. I was calling it wrong, I believe. So that is finished. Super excited to get that shipped out to her. Next up is what's up next? Oh, Chestnut Grove. Okay, this is a cardigan I have needed in my wardrobe for a long time. I finally made myself a black cardigan. This is my Chestnut Grove, and I think I I may have to look this up. I'll have the information on the yarn in the description box below. I know the mohair is Drops Kid Silk. I cannot remember what I used for the fingering. Oh, and I forgot to say on the Sticks and Stones, that is an 18 stitch count gauge. So worsted weight. 18 stitch count, is that what I said? Guys, I'm all over the place today. I'm a little rusty. This is a 23 stitch count. It is a fingering and a mohair, so you could use a sport or a DK if you did not want to use mohair. And this is the V-neck version. I am currently working on a crew neck version, and I hope to have that released this fall. So if you prefer crew necks, that is on the way. This does still need buttons to be added to it. This has been done for months now, and I still have not worn it because I need to add the buttons. But I'll show you the buttons in just a moment. They are a mother of pearl button, and they are just beautiful. This is the size 36. That is generally what I make. I believe my mom's was the 42-inch chest. Pretty sure, because I know I went up a few sizes for her. May have gone up 3 sizes. I know she wanted it really oversized. So anyway, this is a 36 V-neck, raglan construction, top down. Go back and pick up the button band. And I know it's my pattern, but I do love the way I finish off the underarms. And I don't know if you'll be able to really see that. The way I do it is I take the raglan all the way down. I don't do any cast on stitches once you separate the sleeves from the body. I just take the raglan all the way out to the width that you need, and initially it makes a great big hole, but when you go back and run your tail in where you pick up for the sleeves, you run your tail through the 4 stitches and pull it, it just closes up perfectly. I really do prefer that look myself. So that's generally how most of my patterns are written, if I can get it to. But yeah, I really do like that. So this is my Chestnut Grove in black. I finally have a black cardigan. So excited. All right. And I can't remember if I used Drops Flora for the main yarn or if I used Knit Picks Stroll. Can't remember, but I'll add that to the show notes. All right, next up is the Chestnut Grove Cardigan, but it's a crew neck version, and I am naming it something different. This is going to be called the Adelaide Cardigan. Okay, I love this, and I cannot remember, I don't think I had cast this on last time, but this was my second participation in the butter yellow cow with twin sisters, and this is done out of Cascade Heritage in the colorway Butter and Drops Kid Silk in the colorway Vanilla. And this was my first attempt at the crew neck version of this style. There have been major changes made since then. The neckline is not what I wanted it, but let me tell you, this yarn together is spectacular. This is the softest thing in the world, and even though the neckline is not what I wanted it, I wear this thing all the time. I am obsessed. It is so soft. I'm actually going to make it again in the same exact colors, and then I'm giving this one to my daughter because she likes the neckline on her. But okay, so raglan once again, same thing with the underarms, no hole. Holes really bother me. So I find ways to remedy those. And then crew neck, and oh, I love it so much. And then these are the buttons that I will be putting on my black one. I bought a bunch of these. I order most of my drops yarn from Lindy Hobby, which is in the UK, I believe. Anyway, and I know I could get them from Wool Warehouse, but I like Lindy's website more. To me, it's cleaner and easier to shop. So I'll leave a link to lindyhobby.com also. If you are currently ordering from Wool Warehouse, try Lindy Hobby. I really do like their website layout. But anyway, I got a bunch of these buttons, and these are by Drops. Drops sells buttons, and I did not know that. So these are mother of pearl, and they just kind of go with everything. So yeah, let me tell you, and let me show you the neckline if I can. I am making the neckline tighter. It's a little bit wider than I want it. I like it to be more of a true crew neck, so it'll be more like this instead of this. So I've made that change. That's pretty much the only change I've made from this to the pattern that is going to be tested. If you are interested, and I know a couple of you have commented on my past videos, I am going to reach out to you. Testing should start on this in August. So if you are interested, let me know below, and I will contact you as soon as I'm ready to start the testing. Honestly, the best way would be to contact me through Instagram, because that is now where I'm holding my testing. I used to do it on my website, but I closed my website, so now I'm doing it directly through Instagram. So contact me there or leave me a comment here either way. And yeah, I did forget to say, I think on my black one, I did an Italian bind off because that's pretty much my go-to. But I believe on this one, I did the Grandma's Haya Stretchy bind off, and it's not the same as the Italian bind off. Everybody says it looks the same, and it almost does. But with mohair, to me, even though it does look slightly different, it is still good enough. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's more of a zigzag, but straight on. The stitches do look like this looks like a knit stitch there, and then the pearl. It is a very nice. I have been doing a lot of Grandma Stretchy Haya Stretchy bind off. It's the weirdest name. Somebody needs to rename it. But anyway, that is my Adelaide cardigan, and I am obsessed with this. Completely obsessed. So much so that I am knitting it again. I cannot wait to have the neckline have it done properly in this color combo or yarn combo. Okay, Adelaide. Okay, I also, where I used to work, if you are not new here, you know that I used to work at a quilt shop, and the owner and I are still really good friends, and she asked me to crochet her some granny squares for a project for up at work. So I am not much of a crocheter, and I told her that, but I think they turned out pretty cute. So I will pop a picture up of these little crochet flowers. Crochet sunflower granny squares. And I will also leave the link to the video where I learned how to do these, and they were so much fun. I literally just used scrap yarns in the colors that she wanted. So they're not perfect because some of it's a lighter fingering, some of it's a heavier fingering, some of the yarn weights were kind of all over the place with the colors, but the colors were more important than the weight of the yarns. So it was a lot of fun. I made up, I think, 5 of those. They turned out pretty cute. That was a fun little change of pace as far as projects go. Just kind of gave me a little mental break from the knitting for a few days and made those up. So that was fun. Next up, oh, I got out of order. Next up was the Sticks and Stones. I finished that. We talked about that. Okay, this was something I was not expecting to love as much as I do. When the yarn, I bought yarn from Wool & Company, and when it came in, I was like blinded, absolutely blinded. So I had planned on casting on right away because it's a really quick project, but the color was just so off-putting that I put off making it. Well, I finally made it, and it is now like one of 2 of my favorite summer shirts in my closet. This color it's going to blind you, so put on your glasses if you need it, if you have a pair close by. It's called Neon Strawberry. This is my little sprout pattern by me, and I knit this out of Cascade Cantata, which love this yarn. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be making me some just basic raglan sweatshirt kind of sweaters for the winter time out of this yarn. It's, I believe, 50% cotton, 50% wool, and they have all kinds of colors. But wait until you see this color. Oh my gosh, I was definitely taken aback. You ready? Okay. If you saw my last video, I was wearing this in my last video, so you've already seen it. But holy moly, this thing is bright. But I love it. I absolutely love it. So if you're not familiar with the Little Sprout pattern, it is written for cotton or whatever you can get gauge with. It is a worsted weight pattern, 18 stitch gauge. You start with the neckband, and then you work the front panel, then you work the back panel, then you join to work in the round. It has a 1x1 ribbed side panel on each side, and normally it has a split hem. On this particular one, I did not do the split hem, and the reason for that is 90% of the time I'm wearing overalls, and getting these down inside the overalls is just better without this side split. So anyway, this is my Little Sprout for this season. I do have one more to make, but I don't know if I'll get it done this year. I've got so much rolling through my head. But these whip up so fast, I may very well. Now, I will say, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. You can actually see it worse on camera. But I got same dye lot, but you can see a demarcation where I added the second ball of yarn, and not loving it, but under my overalls, it's like, it doesn't really matter. So normally I would go back and alternate the skeins just before the change. But yeah, like I said, with it going under my overalls, I didn't see where it was that big of a deal. And so with my next one, just before I start switching to the new skein, I'll start about an inch or so above that, alternating skeins so that I don't run into this issue again. That is something to be careful for if you choose to buy this yarn. And again, I got this at Wool and Company. So that's where I generally get all of my Cascade yarn. Fun. Okay. Is that it for my... Oh, no, my other FO is outside. Give me just a moment to run grab those. Hopefully they are dry, and I will show you. This is a new pattern I have coming out, and I'm so excited. So give me a second. Okay, I am back, and this is a pattern that will be released. I may go ahead and release it now. It's ready for release. My plan was waiting until Tuesday, but with this video going out on Sunday, I'll probably just release it the day that this video goes out. So these are another pair of socks. This is not part of the Fourth Wing inspired collection. This is outside of that. I do still have one more pair of socks to release with that collection, but these kind of popped in the middle of it. And these are my Ivy Lane socks. Let me take them off the sock blocker so you can see the lace a little better. I think the lace shows up better. My original pair is green. Let's see, can you see? Yeah, that shows up better. So this is the Ivy Lane sock, and boomerang heel, wedge toe, cuff down, 1x1 rib, and this is again the 60 stitch count. This is done out of a new to me sock yarn. I have never used it before, and I really like this. I do wish they had a better color selection. It's not bad, but it's not as big as like Stroll or anything like that. This is Drops Nord. Pretty sure it's Drops Nord. It'll be in the description box along with the color number, because I don't remember that either. I bought this a long time ago. I say a long time ago. I bought it this summer, but at the beginning of summer. So yeah, this is a super easy, if you are new to lace, this is a super easy one. Easy to read your work, easy to memorize the chart. It's a 4-row repeat, and it just gives a beautiful finish to it. Very impressed with. As a matter of fact, as I was working with this, I think I'm going to go back and make me some lightweight winter sweaters out of this. I think this yarn would look really good under my overalls with just a basic raglan fingering weight sweater. It just knits up beautifully. I really do like this yarn. And I think it's alpaca wool and polyamide or nylon. One of the sock additive, whatever they add to socks to make them stronger. Words today. So anyway, that is, let's see, I don't know how many FOs I've had. That's a lot of FOs, but that is my last one, and I will have the link to it, and so you can go and buy this now if you want it. All right. Let's see, trying to get all of my FOs out of the way. I don't have a lot of whips, and some of them you have seen, two of them you have seen before. But I'm going to start with my oldest whip. It is something that I know is going to take time, and in my frog it or finish it video, I had talked about possibly frogging this, and I decided not to. I tried it on after that video, and I really do like the way it looks. So I am going to continue on with it, and I have continued on with it since that video, but I just do a little bit at a time. I may have gotten another inch or so since I did that video, but this is the Ribbed Tee by Pernille Larson of Knitting for Olive, and this is out of Knit Picks. Never can remember if I used merino or cotton merino, and the colorway is Trench Coat. Knitting for Olive merino in colorway Trench Coat. And I love Knitting for Olive just like everybody else. It's just a great yarn. I personally wish they had more sizes available. I would love to see a sport weight yarn. I think that would be a really nice addition, because to me a 24 stitch gauge is just, it doesn't take nearly as long as a 30 stitch gauge, but it does give a really nice look. It's just, I know anytime I'm doing a 30 stitch gauge project, it's one of those things I just absolutely want, and I just take my time with it. And when it gets done, and then I will enjoy wearing it after that. So that is that. And I'm really not, I may have, because this stretches out so much, I have to make it a lot longer than I normally would. I think normally I do a 13-inch side, and I think on this I'll have to go with a 15. Because like I said, when you stretch it out, it's going to shrink up in length. So I still have, I probably have about 7 more inches to go. 6 to 7, something like that. And then I am just going to go as long as I can on the sleeves. I'm hoping to get the long half sleeves just above the bend in the elbow. Which I probably can. I haven't even finished my 3rd ball of yarn. I've still got a whole nother one. So I think I'll be able to get a elbow length sleeves on that. And that is one of those projects that is timeless. It is going to last forever. It will look good under a jean jacket. It will look good under a blazer. It'll look good under my overalls. It'll look good plain with just some really nice shorts. So it is worth the time that I'm putting into it. It's just taking a lot of time. And I think that's being knit up on US 4, I believe. Maybe 3. Okay, what is in this one? Oh, this I'm obsessed with. I did have to put it on pause because I had to finish up a couple of other projects. I've got a pattern behind the scenes that will be released in August that I can't show, but that has been going on in the background. And then I've got these sock patterns that I'm working on. So I put this on pause, but obsessed. So this is the, did I write it down? Oh my goodness. This is a pattern by Petite Knit. I'll pop it up here because I cannot remember the name right now. I want to say Amy, but it's not Amy. Cardigan, and it's the adult version. And this is done out of Cascade Heritage in the colorway salmon or dark salmon. Again, everything will be linked below. And Knitting for Olive's soft silk mohair in the colorway flamingo. And I am just loving this. So I do have the body done, and both the button band. Nope, I only have the buttonhole band. I haven't done the button band yet. So I've got to do the button band and 2 sleeves, and this thing is done. So a weekend and she is done and ready to wear. And look at this gorgeous, this is probably more accurate, this dusty coral. Oh, it is just so beautiful. I did make major modifications to the beginning of this pattern. It is one of Petite Knit's older patterns. It was probably back in the very beginning of her designing, and she did not have any short rows to this. So for the neck shaping, so I added short rows, and because of that, it was a bit of a trick to figure out the eyelet placements, and it was a little bit of thinking, but I do think it was worth it. And I am so, we'll put it on even though it doesn't have sleeves. I love this. Just the simple eyelets are so pretty. Oh. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be awesome. I love it. Love it, love it. So that is a whip that should be an FO by the next podcast, as long as these other pattern projects stay on schedule. So love that. And I did do the Grandma's Stretchy Hiya bind off once again. I have just been using that. It is so much easier, especially with mohair. It is just so much easier. Let's see. This is the Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair in colorway Flamingo. And Cascade Heritage in color number, I think it's 5737. And they look great together. They really do. So thrilled with that. All right. Next up, I believe my last podcast, I was knitting a blue cardigan, a baby bluish cardigan, and I had a yarn hiccup, if you guys remember. If not, you can watch that episode. Well, I bought more yarn and decided, instead of using the Holstgarn Coast, that I really do love the way the Cascade Heritage and the drop silk works up together. So I just went ahead and bought Cascade Heritage and color number, and I got the drops. I got more of the drops to go with it. So drops Kid Silk in whatever color that is. Just trying to find, oh, there are my buttons for it. I hope that's enough. I didn't count. Drops Kid Silk, here we go. Okay. Normally have a thing off of it. Let's see. Here's the information. Here we go. Color number and dye lot. And that is Drops Kid Silk. And so I did start this up again. And I think I'm doing this, I think the first time I was doing the V-neck version. So this is going to be the Adelaide. And this is my second version of the Adelaide, the yellow being the neckline wasn't quite right. So this one is going to have a more crew neck neckline. It's going to be closer in. And yeah, still doing the raglan increases on this. The yarn is super soft. It's not as soft as the yellow. I don't know why. There is something about that yellow mohair that is just so unbelievably soft. I don't know if I just got lucky on the lot or what, but I also, as I'm showing you guys these, one of the other things, I have one more whip and then two more whips. But one other thing I did since my last podcast was I have been making project bags. And this is done out of Tilda's Fabric Celebration Collection, I believe. I'll have to look. I can't remember. And It is, let me show you the inside because I'm really, really happy with these. Yeah, I did have tags. Okay, so the inside is done out of celebration, a coordinating celebration. But what I have done is bought these little zipper pouch bags off of Amazon, and so that I can see what project is in my bag, but it is still completely protected from moths or whatever. And so I think I'm going to do a tutorial to show others how to make these. I've got some more fabric and stuff, but very, very, very happy with how these are making up or have made up. Okay, let me get everything back in here. Yeah, so that's one of the bags, and I'll show you the rest in a few minutes. And let me know if if me doing a tutorial on making project bags is anything you'd be interested in. So that is that. Also, before I forget, because I always seem to forget, if you are enjoying this video, find it inspiring or entertaining or whatever, if you would please quickly give me a thumbs up, and if you aren't already, subscribe. It would really help my channel reach more knitters just like you, and obviously it doesn't cost you anything, so it would be a huge way of helping me if you can. I really appreciate it. Okay, my next to last whip is something you have seen before, and I don't have my full one here. This is my second violet sock, and this is I was going to do 6 patterns, but I ended up just doing 5. The 6th one I do have designed, but I don't know, we'll see. That one may or may not come after this. But this is the violet sock, and it is reminiscent of her braid. This is part of the 4th Wing inspired collection, and it is inspired by the braid she always wears her hair in. So that is that. I hope to have that finished this coming week. This should be finished. I've got to make it a priority because it is going to be released in 2 weeks. And this one has already been tested and everything. I just need to get finish the socks, get photos, and all of that good stuff. Okay, my last whip. Are you guys still with me? I know this is a lot. I shouldn't wait this long in between podcasts than I don't normally, but I was doing other fun types of videos. Okay, this is my Thea top, and this is done with Holstgarn Coast, which is a wool cotton blend. This does have modifications. Thea is a straight across panel in the back. You start with that and go down, do the arm shaping, and then you pick up in the front and do the neck shaping, then you do the arm shaping, join, work in the round, and go down. I wanted a little bit of shaping on the shoulders, and so I didn't cast on as many stitches as was required, and then I did increases so that the shoulders shape a little bit. And then I picked up for my front, and another modification was I did not make the neckline as deep as the pattern calls for, so I didn't knit the straight section as long as it calls for. And so because of that, obviously I had to add more rows after joining the left and right straps. I had to add more rows before doing the arm shaping, and I am now working in the round, and yeah, looking forward to having this done. If I'm not mistaken, this is red currant. And again, it is Holstgarn Coast. And this is a yarn I am pretty obsessed with living here in the desert. I really do love this. I made an Anchors tee out of it, just held single. This I'm holding double. Just held single, and it is my absolute favorite knitted tee. I love it more than my Knitting for Olive. It is so lightweight, I can't even tell I'm wearing anything. So hopefully I will enjoy this Thea top just as much. All right, I think that is it. What was that? Oh yeah. That is it on FOs and whips. I am going to show you, let me make sure that was it. Oh, I do have one more whip to share, and it is a very interesting one. I may just wait and save it till next time because it is just a self-drafted pattern. I don't think I'm going to make it up into a pattern. I may though. So I'll save that for next time. It is almost done, and so I'll show it as an FO next time. Yep, since I didn't bring that. Okay, I am going to show my projects that I'm going to be working on in the future, along with the project bags that I have made. So this is, and these are all Tilda fabrics, inside and out. And yeah, so these are all going to be cardigans because, as you know, I love my cardigans. I'm not really sure what patterns I'm going to be doing yet, but I knew how much yarn I needed and just bought what was needed in the colors that I wanted. So this is Knitting for Olive Merino, and I believe this is Nougat. I can't read because I don't have on my glasses. Brown Nougat. Okay. And I'm pairing it with Drops Kid Silk and I will not have all of these the information on all of these down below. So if you want this information, grab a pen and paper. This is color 42 in Drops Kid Silk. So it will be those two together. And that will be a beautiful cardigan. And this is in this bag, and I have not gone back and top stitched this one, so I do still need to top stitch. I had to buy the right color thread. So this is not precious. Oh my goodness. And then the little pink zipper, and inside the lining, I have to show you the lining because they're just as cute. I already have needles in here. It is just ready to go. Okay, and the inside is in that really cute pink floral. I'm obsessed with these bags, and they are a really good size. I got the, I think it was the 11 by 15 or something. I can't remember exactly what the size dimensions were. When I do the video, I'll have all of that. But yeah, these are just so much fun. I love being able to see in the bag and know exactly what project it is. I love that. I'm obsessed with that. All right, next up is I did show this yarn last time, I'm pretty sure. This is my Cascade Heritage Silk, which I'm obsessed with, as you know. And I got Drops Kid Silk in color number 13. So those will be a cardigan, and there's a thread. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so incredible. And the bag is Tilda, blue zipper, and I'm not gonna pull all of these out, and we'll see, you can see, it's a green floral. Love my bags, they're so cute. Okay, Next up is Cascade Heritage. I was trying to see color number 5798, and I believe it was something like eucalyptus. I can't remember that. And then I bought this yarn. I actually struggled with the pink and the green. The first time I bought a different color and didn't like that with this, so I bought this yarn to go with this, and I may end up over dyeing this. I'm not sure. It depends on how they knit up together, but this is just so much lighter. I think it's going to wash this out too much, so I may skein these, over dye them, and then cake them again. We'll see on that. But it is in this cute bag. And the inside is a pink floral. Let's see if I can. And all of these have pockets on both sides. It has two small pockets on one side and then a large pocket on the other, on the inside. All right, last is, this bag is so cute. Look at that. This is Tea Party. I'm pretty sure that was the name of this collection. Isn't that precious? Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. If you don't know, I'm obsessed with Tilda. Obsessed with Tilda. Okay, so this was the mohair I got originally for the other green, but it was just too blue. And so because it was too blue, I went back and bought Drops Flora. And this is color 34. And this mohair is color 45. And this is still a little bit bluer. This is still a little bit greener, but I think it'll be good. Especially if I'm able to get that other mohair to go just slightly greener, a little bit deeper of a green. I think it'll be nice. I mean, they're close, but I'll do two different patterns, and I always wear cardigans. I'm not concerned about it. Oops, that came out. All right, last up, knitting related, is with my tees and tanks video, a lot of people, and since I put the pattern out, a lot of people have asked me to do my little sprout in a smaller gauge yarn. So I had some in stock. I worked up a sample, didn't bring that in here, of course, I would show it. I've made a couple of tweaks to it, and I'm kind of excited about the tweaks that I've made. The neck shaping is done completely different. It is a way that I like to do neck shaping for myself. I haven't done a lot of this for my patterns. I try to keep those fairly standard. But on this particular project, I'm writing the pattern with this new way of doing neck shaping. And I really, really like it. So anyway, I made it up out of, let me just go get it. Hold on just a moment. I knocked my camera when I got up, so the framing is probably slightly different. I apologize. Okay, so this is what I did, and I do like this, but I still don't think the gauge is small enough. This is I believe this is a 22 stitch gauge. It's been a week or so since I've worked on this, but okay, so this is the back and this is the front, and it still has the shaping, but it's done differently. And I'm not going to go into too many details on it right now, but I just think this looks so much neater than doing German short rows. So this is a way of shaping the neck without German short rows, without any short rows. 0 short rows to this, but it creates shaping. And I love the finish of it. To me, it is perfectly seamless, and there are no funky stitches. I just love it. So that is what I'm doing for this. So I am very excited about that part of it. And then I am doing the edging different on this one than with my standard little sprout. It does not have yarn overs. It has make one left, make one right. I'm pretty sure that's the way I did it. And without putting my glove, I'm pretty sure that's how I did it. So it gives a nice clean finish to there. You don't go back and do any finishing. This is a top-down project, and when you bind off, you are done. I am omitting the 1x1 rib on the side. This is just going to be straight stockinette, and this one is done out of Cascade Anchor Bay, which is 50% cotton, 50% wool, superwash merino wool. And this is colorway Moon Glow, I believe. It'll be below. Love this yarn. I do, but I'm afraid this is still not as light as what people were requesting. This is more of like a DK. So, 18 to 22 stitches, that's still a good jump, but I don't think it's enough. So with that said, I ordered some yarns, and these are sport. It says sport. One of them, I got two different yarns. They both say sport, but one of them is a little bit lighter, which is fine because I want to see how different sport weights handle the gauge that I'm going for. So I'm going to go for a 24 stitch gauge instead of 22. And you will have to excuse, I got all of this from Wool & Company, and for the first time I had them do the winding for me. And I'm sure these looked fine from the store, but after traveling and everything, they don't look good anymore. So I am going to rewind these. But this is Cascade 220 Superwash, which I have never used before. And color info. So I got... Hopefully, after I ordered them, I thought I should have gotten a little more per project because I got enough to do 4. I figured that'd give me enough tries to work out any issues and all of that, but I may end up having to go back and order more. So I got this color, whatever that is, and then I got this color. So that's the color, and that's the color information for this one. And then I got this black charcoal gray colorway. I was trying to see if I could get the... Okay, there's the color number for this one. And then the last one is the one that I got a different yarn for. It is Cascade Heritage Sport, or Cascade Heritage 6, which is their sport weight, and it is in this colorway. Okay. And Cascade Heritage 6. So that will give me a little bit of, that should give me enough to kind of get it perfected and have several samples to show from it, or show for it, and then get it tested. And so if you want to test this, again, I know some people commented on my other videos about this particular one, so I will reach out to you. If you have not reached out to me yet, or if you want to contact me through Instagram, that is the best way. Or you can comment below and I will try to invite you to the test once it is ready. So I know that was an extra big episode. If you made it to the end, thank you. Thank you for listening to all of my chatter. I am so thankful to have you guys to listen to something that I get excited about, and I know you get excited about, and we get excited about together. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me today. Again, I will say, if you have made it this far, please give the video a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you are not already. I had planned on starting another channel, and I haven't totally thrown that idea out, but I think I'm going to try moving with this one a little bit longer. If it does not move in the direction that I'm trying to take it in, I may start fresh with a new channel, because I think YouTube's algorithm and everything, it may be easier. I'm not sure yet, but I'm trying to stick this one out and see if I can get my videos out a little more. It's a lot of work to do these. If you are not familiar, it's a lot of work. And so I would like to increase the viewership on these. And yeah, so that is my goal. I was going to go into some live stuff, but I think I'm going to hold off there for now with the length of this video. Know that we are doing great, and we are having a very full summer. And yeah, we are looking forward to fall. We are dying in the heat here. Though I will say, this weekend we're only supposed to be like 110. So we're having a little bit of a reprieve from the 120-ish temperatures. But yeah, we are kind of looking forward to fall, which our fall is probably your summer. And yeah, just ready to cool off a little bit, and I have plenty to keep me busy. I hope you do as well. And comment below and let me know what you are working on. If any of these projects inspired you, let me know. It makes me happy to know that, you know, I've been able to inspire someone. I know this particular episode was kind of heavy on my designs, and I try not to do that. I try to make it a good mix of my designs and other people's designs. I did have other people's, but it was kind of heavy with my designs. So anyway, I'm going to stop babbling and let you go. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye.